Hi everyone, today we're going to take you on a great tour. We're going to go on a 2021 Sea Ray Sundancer 350 Coupe. This is an amazing cruiser. It's not a liveaboard, but it is a really cool boat. So come along and we'll take you on a tour.
I'm Scott and this is Allie, and we live in Seattle. Over the last several years, we've owned and operated 2 boats in the Pacific Northwest. And now we're on our search for our liveaboard cruiser. So hit the subscribe button now to come along with us on our boating journey and see where it leads.
So for starters, we're going to start here on the stern, and this is a hydraulic swim step. That's awesome. And you can do all your entertaining here on the stern. You've got a grill, sink, and then you have a sink cover, and this makes it a cutting board. So this is a great setup. We have plenty of storage under here as well, so you don't have to keep everything. And one of the things I love about this one is it's actually a drawer. So a lot of times with your lazarettes, your lockers, you have to reach deep back in there. In this case, this is a drawer, and it makes it for easy access. Another really cool feature, and I'm going to say cool a lot probably on this tour, is all the Sea Ray 350s come with these awesome underwater lights. And in this case, these are blue. Check it out. So let's go inside and check out the cockpit. Come on in. Well, check out this cockpit. I love the design and the colors in here. They're kind of a very light gray, so it makes it really bright. It's easy to clean. You'll notice there are 2 holes for 2 table legs, and those table legs are actually stored under this seat, and then we have a wastebasket here too. So great access for storing things when you don't want to use them. On our starboard side, we also have a ice maker. How awesome is that? Can't have enough ice.
And it's right in the entertainment area, so
yeah.
You never have to be too far from
Cannot
it.
have enough ice.
No.
And then there's more storage that's underneath this cushion too. One thing I'll tell you, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to do it today because of the canvas, but where I am standing, and I'll have Scott do a close-up, you can see a little break here. This entire stern seating lifts up with a hydraulic switch, and you get to the engine. So all in just one big swoop. So make sure you're not standing here when you go to raise the seating to get to the engine.
Yeah, that makes for really easy access and maintenance because...
And all of the Sundancers were set up that way. So it makes it just really nice. You know, that was the big pain on the Bayliner. The first one is our lid was so heavy and it broke. Remember the pistons broke? And it just, when we were cruising the San Juans and we broke down, it was so hard to get to it. So I love that this is just a flip of the switch. Over here, we have a TV, because everybody needs a TV on their boat.
Hey, you gotta watch football.
Actually, that is kind of cool, you know, because if it is in the fall, you can watch football, and or you can watch your favorite movie, you know, watch the stars at night.
Yep.
You know, it's a hot summer day and everybody wants to be out in the sun, but sometimes it can be way too much sun. What does this boat come with? Well, you just press this button here, and I'm not going to do it because it's already, the canvas is on, but this comes out and it's a full shade while you're sitting in the cockpit and on the stern.
Yeah, that's nice having the option of shade or no shade.
Yeah,
so
it's awesome. They've thought of everything on this boat. So let's check out the bridge and I'll show you that area. I love right off the bat that this is not bucket seating, that this is a bench style, so there's plenty of room for 2 people and easy access between the wheel and the end of the seat.
I just sat in there and there's plenty of space.
Plenty of space.
So
if you did want to stand, a lot of us, I like to stand when I drive. I mean, because I'm short, so the easy thing to do there is just flip this up and then you can lean against it.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's really comfortable. You've got good visibility and good access to everything that you need here. This is a fully loaded radar system. It also comes with sonar. I never knew that we were only at 9 feet here in the boathouse here at Union Marine, so that's an interesting fact I learned today. This boat is equipped with twin inboard V-drives with joystick piloting, so that makes it really easy for operation when you're coming into a dock your boat. Wish we'd had that on our last boat. You have full access to your stereo here, so you just take that cover off. And this is a Fusion stereo system, which is one of the best in the industry. And the other thing I love about this boat, so I'm going to flip this back down and sit, is I'm short and it has a footrest. So your feet don't have to dangle like mine. So easy access for everything that you need up here. Very comfortable. I think what I like about when I look at a boat is, do I have good visibility all around? And we definitely do with all these windows, good sight line. So it makes it for easy handling. Can look out for logs easily here in the state of Washington, which we have plenty of. So great setup here. If your co-captain does not want to sit next to you, well, then you can lounge here in the lounger. And if you want to sit upright a little bit, just lift that up and you can read a book.
Cool. That's clever.
Yeah.
You forgot the coolest switch though on the dash.
Okay, so there is another really cool switch. So right here, I didn't know what it was for, and it said hard top. I'm like, what's a hard top? Well, who doesn't need a moonroof on their boat? I mean, check that out. And I always have a sunroof on mine, so on my cars, so this would be awesome. And again, really fun blue lighting. That kind of is the theme throughout this boat, so really well appointed. You're hanging out with your buddies, you're cruising, you finally got to where you gotta be, and let's say there's about 10 people on the boat. This is post-COVID, of course. Well, you want to turn around and you want to talk to everybody. You don't want to have your backs to everybody. Well, that's easy. All you do, pull this out.
Cool. That is really nice.
You can hang out with everybody.
That is, wow.
Isn't that awesome?
That's a great feature. That's a really great feature.
So they kind of thought of everything. So
I like that better than just a regular flip back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know I mentioned this on almost every boat we tour, but I love that the stairs have these non-skid strips, especially since they're wood. There's nothing worse than coming down the stairs in a pair of socks and falling flat. So great setup. So let's check out the Galley. For a 350, now remember, our first boat was about 32 feet. I think this is a great setup. You really do have plenty of room in here. You've got a 2-burner stove, a decent sized fridge. It's actually really pretty deep. You've got, again, the sink that's very deep. And you can use this, and this gives you a lot more counter space. It has really deep storage. Check that out. It goes way back there. You have just a regular microwave, not a oven style, but it's, why do you need to bake on a boat, right?
Right.
And you have plenty, if I go this way, over here, you've got really deep drawers. So we'll have Scott get a close-up of those so that you can see how well set up this is. The other thing I love about this 350 is the salon area that's set up. You know, typically when you have this type of a cruiser like our first one, you know, you crawl down in, you had a little settee, you could barely get into the couch. This is really roomy in here. You got to check this out. So you've got 2 seating areas that you can comfortably lounge at. You can eat at this table. There is a TV here that you'll see. And the other thing is this does turn into a sofa sleeper, and the extra cushions are in the aft cabin. So nice big space. You're not tripping over people. Someone can easily sit over here and you can eat comfortably. So I like this setup. You feel like you're on a little bit bigger boat than a 350. So I think this is the beam is just nice and wide.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're cramped in here.
No, it's really, and the headroom.
And the headroom, I was just going to say the headroom, I'm 6'1" again, and I got at least 3 to 4 inches above my head for clearance, which you
didn't have on our Bayliner.
No.
So next is the bed. So beds are a big deal for me. Obviously this would not be a live aboard, but even for a cruiser or a weekend, I hated climbing into the bed, and I hated making the bed because the bedspread, we needed it to cover up the mattress pad because it was ugly. I love that Sea Ray has gone and given these customized mattress pad covers so you don't have to have your bed made when you have people over. The other thing about these is they are super comfortable. I mean, comfortable. It's some kind of memory foam. Look at this. And I could definitely sleep on this. Another cool feature that they have is this blackout shade. And if you want to open your hatch, you don't have to worry about bugs because there's also a screen.
Yeah, that's nice that it's built in, so you don't have to worry about, you know.
Yeah, because our blackout shades and our shades, yeah, you always had to toss them.
Them all messed up. Yeah.
So what if you did want a little bit of privacy? So you have people staying here, whether it be, especially if they were sleeping on the couch, and you're wondering, well, I don't see a curtain, because normally these V-berths come with a curtain. Well, it does. It's just that you don't want to see your curtain, so they just store it away.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Simple and yet effective.
Well, and again, I go back to our Bayliner. Our curtain ended at the kitchen sink, so it always got wet.
Yeah.
I didn't quite understand that. It was a weird spot for it. You've got, so you don't mess up your laminate here, you've got kind of a marble that you can put a drink on, so you don't have to worry about that. If you want to have a bottle of water when you go to bed at night. Plenty of storage above the bed. And they have these little nooks that I'll have Scott show you where you can put like your keys, your phone, you know, eyeglasses.
I like the light switches are right there too as well, so right
Yep.
on the side of the bed.
And I like that you could still read a book with this light. It doesn't need to be super bright. I don't know if they move. They don't move up, they just move down. So, and again, well appointed. This boat also comes with AC, and that is fabulous. Here is your AC and heat controls. So awesome. After we cruised through the San Juans this summer.
That is a mandatory.
Mandatory.
Anywhere that's warm.
We have been on so many boats that it's been 100 degrees. It's a must. So let's check out the head and see what it looks like. Good tall. I think you have pretty good height in here. What I do like is, even though it's got this wood floor, so then you go, is it a wet head? And I definitely don't like wet heads. No matter what you do, everything gets wet. But it's not a wet head. It has its own shower. So check it out. And you just unsnap this, close the door. Whoop. So,
and I can sit here on the toilet while you're in the shower.
Ew. Ew. And then you snap that, keeps that there. Pretty good roomy here. Scott is on the toilet, which is an electric toilet. You've got good space. I mean, you don't have a ton of counter room, but what do you need? I mean, you're not putting on makeup usually.
Yeah, for a day head and or a weekend camper, this is more than sufficient.
More than sufficient. And it has plenty of storage under here, so you're all good to go. So let's go check out the aft berth and see what it looks like too, and see how much room is in there. One thing you'll also notice before we go check out the aft berth is the flooring. I absolutely love this floor. I don't know why in the days they always had carpet on boats, but they always get dirty. And this is a very well appointed carpet or flooring. Underneath this is actually the water tank. So you've got good access if you ever had to get to your water tank. And I like that too. One thing you'll notice before we go into the aft cabin is it's not a curtain, it's an actual door. And so I love that.
Amazing. Now, about this size, that's
and the other thing, we typically have used our aft cabins for storage. And so that's probably going to be the same case on this boat because it is brand new. And since it's ready for showing in the main area, I guarantee you probably some of the supplies for the extra cushions and the tabletops are probably in here. So keep that in mind. But let's go check it out. Wow, this is actually a very roomy aft cabin. I love that you can stand and get dressed. So think about when we took my brother and sister up to the San Juans. He's a big guy. They stayed in the aft berth, but they couldn't get dressed down there unless you laid flat. So I love that you could do that. You can sit here and put on your shoes. You've got really plenty of space. You can put your bags here. So lots of room. This is probably a little bit larger than a full bed, probably between a full and a queen. And again, really, really good height here. So you don't feel like you're a little bit claustrophobic. So this is a fantastic setup. The other thing that's amazing about it is it's got a massive, massive hanging locker. You could put so much stuff in here, which there is a lot in there. So if you're on a trip, you don't feel like your bags are getting in your way. A lot of people, a lot of families, what they'll do with their aft berth is they'll also use it for kind of a little getaway for the kids. And you're thinking, well, that's weird. Well, the reason is the way this one is set up is you take these cushions out. So right now it's set up for a bed, but you take these cushions out. This is this board that you can then makes into a bed, and then it steps down. So it turns into 2 day couches. So it's fantastic. And you're like, well, what are they going to do down there? Well, there's a TV down here too. So how cool is that? Lots of storage in these little cubbies as well. So you can put all your stuff in there, put in some books, put in some video games. Just really well thought out. So now we're going to go check out the bow. This is again a coupe version, and that means it's got a little area up front in the bow where you can hang out and relax. So let's go check it out.
Pretty good sized walkways.
Yeah. Big, huge windshield wipers.
Yeah.
And
Huge windshield.
the most important thing are the cup holders. So these seats lay flat, or you can prop them up for relaxing. One thing I will say is there is a hatch here. You don't want to step on the hatch, so just be careful. But you can just grab your favorite cocktail, grab a book, and watch the sunset.
Yeah,
I wish
nice.
our old boat had this, because we had instead those cushions, which were fantastic pop-up cushions, but we had to haul them from down below every time we wanted to sit on the bow and have a cocktail. So I love that these are built in, and you can just relax. Another great feature on the bow here is that the anchor is covered. The anchor chain is covered. So you have an electric foot controls here, and I'll show you what it looks like. You also have your emergency handle stored here. So again, we had a boat that we didn't have the handle for, and the windlass busted. So in case it does, you've got your handle, and this helps keep it protected from all the salt water, especially if you're going to go saltwater cruising. So this is a really awesome setup. That this boat is equipped with not only the Simrad radar system, but it also has satellite TV. What I love about Sea Ray is they've gone to the extent of finding out what customers like and don't like. You know, everybody who's owned a boat, Scott and I have always said, if we could combine the features of the 2 boats we've owned, plus other boats that we've either chartered or toured, and we could create our own customized boat, wouldn't that be fantastic? We could take all these features. So Sea Ray has done a great job trying to figure that out, and this boat definitely shows it. Well, we hope you liked this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. Be sure to subscribe. We've got great videos coming up, including our trip to the U.S. Virgin Islands, and be sure to ring the notification bell so you find out about future episodes. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you next time.